Ladies and gentlemen, the anticipation has come to this, and now here we are. This is WrestleMania. The training, the talk, the hype are all now over. It's time for WrestleMania. And one of the most incredible venues in sports. We're coming to you live from Santa Clara.
Seven-man Intercontinental title ladder match. This thing started off, and man, ladder matches, they're just, they can be very exciting to match, but I cringe when I watch them because I just think of the injuries that might happen as I'm watching one of these matches. I thought these guys, for an opening match, I thought they really set the pace, set the tone. It was a hellacious, it was a great match. A scary bump by Dean Ambrose as he was suplexed, out of the ring and into that ladder. I think, who suplexed him over?
Harper
chucked him, yeah. But I thought all seven guys worked their asses off.
Yes.
They all got a chance to shine. But I really, really would like WWE to do something with regards to the Intercontinental Championship and actually make it mean something and stop tossing that thing around like a hot potato, because some of the best workers in the history of the business have had that belt. And you know what I would like to see? It just every now and then, just a little bit more explosion, or just one more gear from Randy. Just in certain, he just needs a few more exclamation points within his work, within certain parts of the match, and that's being very critical. Because yes, the guy's an outstanding worker, but just every now and then a little bit more explosion and movement in the match. But it was a great match.
Orton is one of the best. He's always great. Doesn't matter what position he's in. I thought that was a really good match, and I thought the finish told a lot as well about what might happen later on in the night.
Yeah, the finish was awesome.
Awesome.
I did not see that pop-up coming at all, which is the best RKO, is when they're like that. And that one, yeah, it was really, really well done.
Both guys worked their ass off. Real solid match.
what did you think of Sting and Triple H?
I thought it was good. I think once again, I don't know when the last time Sting wrestled was. So to get in on that high profile and pull off what he did, it's there's something to be said for that. It's not easy. There's that shot of adrenaline that you get, and it's like no matter what, you're breathing heavier, you're breathing more shallow too at the same time. There's all of those things going on, and and after such a long layoff, it's hard.
I enjoyed the match for what it was, and it was a very simple match, and the crowd was buying it. Hell, Sting throws a drop kick, which is about mid-height. All of a sudden, the crowd chimes in, "You've still got it."
I thought the finish was kind of a surprise. I didn't understand the logic of having Triple H win when, if that was Sting's only match or what, are not going to work much. I mean, what does it really matter if Triple H loses? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, me neither. I think that was kind of the one where, afterwards I was like, meh. It was cool and all, but you kind of want to see Sting go over, right?
They worked hard, the Bellas and AJ and Paige. And you can tell it meant a lot to them to get that spot because there were the only 4 girls on the show. I think Natty came out with TJ earlier, and then, of course, you had Rhonda and Stephanie. But they put on a good little 6-minute match, and you can tell they try and they're working hard. And I think that they've probably got a rocket up their ass because they know that the NXT girls are right behind them, and they're all having great matches. Because they've gone through the phase of the bikini model divas, and from a look standpoint it was great, but now they've got girls who are workers, and that's kind of what you need,
Or if some of them were bikini models, they put the work in to become wrestlers.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's less about worrying about your hair extensions and worrying more about your headlock again.
So AJ and Paige win, and but I did think the submission from AJ caught it in transition, or if I may use that word, a nice finish, caught it out of the blue. So I dug the finish.
From West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, John Cena! Introducing the champion from Bulgaria, weighing in at 304 pounds, he is the United States champion, Rusev!
So much anticipation, and it all comes down to this.
In the background. Now, throwing the shoes in the ring kind of distracted. Well, it didn't distract me. I was wondering what was going on because it wasn't like it was a distraction. That caught me out of the blue. You know, I always talk about how strong some of these guys are, like your Brock Lesnar, your John Cena's. When Rusev has John Cena in the accolade and it just basically puts 1 foot forward and steps up with basically a one-legged squat with a 270-pound guy on his back. Just the positioning of it, the way he stood up. And that guy, he's a road warrior. You cannot blow Cena up, and he's one of the strongest guys, if not the strongest guy, in the entire roster. So when I see him do stuff like that, very impressive.
Like you said, though, like Undertaker, man, looked like a different guy this year from last year.
Insane. You know, it's got to be hard, right? I mean,
right.
To just stepping in one time a year is hard enough, you know?
Yeah.
But then also the expectations and just that pressure, and I'm sure he thrives on it. But this year, when I saw him, I was like, oh, he's ready. What I love about Taker's character is it's always been the Undertaker, but there's been a lot of different.
Oh yeah.
He's really great at subtly changing the character's appearance.
Yeah.
So that there's still something different to it.
He reinvents himself constantly. And it's interesting because even though now the streak is broken, that's done, that's over, there's still something, and because you closed out a WrestleMania worth working the Undertaker, correct?
Yeah. And there was actually talk that year of me ending the streak.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they asked my opinion. I was like, hell no. No. I personally don't think it should have ever ended. That's my take on it. I get what they were trying to do, but I don't think it should have. But I really enjoyed that match. Thought it was, it was just a really cool story. Once again, I think they had the crowd, and the crowd really bought into it and everything. But imagine if the streak hadn't been ended.
Of course,
it would have been amped up that much more. And then.
Oh boy, look at the gold. This should be an outstanding match.
Let's move on to what I consider the match of the night, and this was the match that really made the whole 4 hours worth waiting for, and delivered for me on about every level you can deliver. And you've got Brock Lesnar taking on a very young Roman Reigns.
And also, too, Brock was just on point. Like,
Yeah.
he played his role to perfection. I was like, it felt like a big fight feel. It felt like, you know, Ali Frazier. It had that kind of feel to it once it got rolling and starting.
I thought Roman Reigns was very impressive in his ability to sell and register. And for a little while, he had that incredulous smile on his face, like, I'm really getting my ass kicked. But it really got serious, and I just thought this match was off the charts.
And I thought the booking of that match was tremendous because you had, and that's exactly right, this Samoan guy who's, you know, Samoans are tough, and Brock Lesnar, say no more, and they literally beat the crap out of each other to the point where that got Reigns over, I think.